Okay, we're going to switch gears here and talk about something a little more serious. We're talking about losing pets. It is not easy, and we grieve as pet owners, but it's also hard for other animals in your home. So we have Dr. Kim Parker here from Gentle Farewell, and she has some great ways to help everyone in the home adjust to a loss. And it's wild. I just went through this about a month ago with our family dog, and they are a part of your family. That's like, I don't want to compare it to a child, but you know, you feel that same love for them.
For sure, for sure. And pets are with you day in and day out, where other family members aren't necessarily always there. So they are a very big part of our lives. You know, the intent care, especially as pets are becoming older, there's a lot more care needed for them. So the caregiver is really intense with what they're doing with their pet. So losing that pet, of course, is very hard on the people involved in the family, but also for the other surviving pets in the households. They have their own grieving process as well, you know, and they may display some behaviors that are not normal for them. Some pets become more reclusive and less interested in what's going on. Some are demanding more attention. And so it's important to understand and help our pets through that, understand what our pets are feeling and how to help them work through that process as well.
I found it interesting when we had to put our little Sophie down. We had Coco, which is our other dog, that's all she's ever known is life with Sophie. So what I had asked them was, after we had put her down, should we show Coco to Sophie so that she kind of has some kind of closure? And I thought that that sounded kind of crazy, but then I called the vets and asked them, and they said, no, in all honesty, in a way, it can help them to understand and get closure that they would need too, because they need that.
Right, because they don't always understand the process beforehand, but having them see that pet afterwards is very important if that's an option. Sometimes it's
not always.
Right,
no.
If you're in an emergency situation, that's not always an option. But if you have a little planning or can let that pet see that deceased pet after, it can be very helpful. Doing some of the things in the home and having that pet be around even during the euthanasia process is certainly helpful. If the pet should pass at home, and then having that pet be able to be there is certainly very good things to do.
I'm glad you're bringing this up, because it isn't just about us, and I know we go through a horrible grieving process, but so what else can people be thinking about doing to make sure their pets, I mean, do you need to give them a lot of extra attention?
Sure, and sometimes you do, but you don't want to reinforce those behaviors your pet are showing sometimes. If our pet's vocalizing a lot, if the pet is you know, really pushing you for attention, if you're rewarding that behavior, that can kind of reinforce it. So sometimes you need to make sure we're reinforcing the good behaviors where they're lying quietly and calm, and then giving that little extra attention. Increasing their activity, going for more exercise, more walks is good for us as well as them, and getting them you know, out and doing something else, distracting them from what's going on. It's also, you know, some pets will not want to eat so well after their companion's gone. So it's important to keep an eye on those sorts of things, or normal behaviors, litter box behaviors in cats, eating. If pets aren't eating for several days, that can lead to an emergency. So it's important also to know when you need to see your veterinarian if things aren't progressing the way that they should.
Do you notice with dogs or cats, if one is more, it's easier for them to handle loss than the other, or is that a strange question?
It's not. I think they each have their own ways, and I think we see more behaviors from dogs. Cats are usually a little more standoffish, a little more independent, but I think we see more of that in our dogs, where you know, some dogs will just lie there in a corner. During, you know, a euthanasia process, I've seen some dogs really lie with their companion and just not move the entire time, and it's heart-wrenching to see that.
But we're going to wrap up now, but I do want to let you know too that you can also get in touch with her, because if you do want to have your dog put to sleep at home versus at a veterinary hospital, you have the ability to do that. So how can they get in touch with you? They
can get in touch with us through a Gentle Farewell. You can follow our website at gentlefarewell.com, as well as give us a phone call through the website and such. And there's several different doctors we cover all over the Cleveland area to help our pets at home.
Well, thank you for what you do. I think it's a very wonderful thing. I appreciate you being here. Well,